these are some of the things we'll be looking at today. And not just today, sorry, for the entire section. So today and tomorrow. That's what we have here. So, introductory model. What is a business? Let's try to understand why we are here. It's an understanding component of a business and who is your ideal customers. So, first of all, let's try to understand what a business is. So can somebody tell me, define a business for me, please? I need a proper definition, or any, not really proper, any idea about business. What is business in general? And in our section here, it is mandatory for you to speak. So, what is a business? Okay, I will definitely point somebody. So what is a business? Okay, I started from my right from introduction, so I start from my left with questions. J Global, what is a business, please? There is no fail, there is no pass, right? Any answer you give, we are cool. So what is a business?
From my understanding, a business is selling of offering services or products.
Okay.
Solving a problem.
Okay, a business is solving a problem.
With the aim of making profits from it.
Right, that is great. Any other person? Any other person? Any other person? Okay, because of time, let's proceed. Before I even go into the definition of a business, let's look at this. Every business, a business can be divided into these components. These are the components of a business. I teach with, or my concepts are developed from biology. Okay, so take note of that. Most of the things, concepts we'll be talking about, we'll be comparing them to medicine. Okay, so the human being, we have the organs of the human, right? This person is not, a particular part of the body is not functioning well. It will try, that person, the doctor will try to look at the organs that makes up that system and all of that. Okay, this person is not urinating. You see, the doctor want to try to check what the possible reason why this person is not urinating. It will not just go and start treating urination, right? So that is it. So for business, business is divided into value creation. Like she talked about solving problem, right? That is value creation. So every business is set up to solve a problem. Okay? But sometimes truly, and when we talk about value creation, there are two types of value creation. Okay? But not all the time businesses solve significant or notable problems. Are we together? But let's proceed further. So after I have created the value, now I market the value. Okay? I need to deliver that value. Then, sales, finance, these are the things that makes up it. But let's look at them. This is where you fall in. But one thing you need to note first is, as a realtor, what type of value are you creating? What value are you creating as a realtor? Why do I need a realtor in a transaction? Because I have seen that a lot of realtors don't know why they are needed in the transaction. Not all realtors know their role in that transaction. You feel my work as a realtor is just to introduce me to products. I can access products even without you. Products are accessible. So, if products are accessible, what is the role of a realtor in a real estate transaction? I need responses, please.
Educate the clients.
Education. Okay. Any other? Now, let's work with your education path. Now, the question is, in your social media handle, right? In your social media handle, on your website, in your blog, and every other channel of marketing you have, how have you showcased education for me to be able to choose you? Have you been able to, if I visit your social media handle, right, will I be able to see something that will make me know that, okay, this person has the knowledge to be able to educate me in the transaction that I want to go into? Are we together? So education, yes, that is one major factor, okay? I don't have the time to start industry knowledge. You have the knowledge. You have the expertise. It is expected that you have been trained. You have the industry knowledge. You have the market knowledge. You are able to analyze the product, the services, the markets in general. You're able to do all of these things. And your work is to make the process easy for me, right? So, but before I would choose to work with you, I must see something that will make you to show that, okay, this person has the capability or the capacity to help me achieve my goal. But what I see on social media handle from Realtor is, buy now. Our new baby has just been launched, and so on. That is all we see. So, that means one of the reasons or some of the reasons why you are not getting buyers is not because buyers are not available. Sometimes I hear people say, somebody contacted me, and after some time, he just ghosted. Yes, he ghosted because you could not express yourself in a way that will make him trust you. Trust you in a way that to say, okay, this person have the ability to deliver what I want. Are we together? So let's go on. So value creation. So know the value you are bringing to the marketplace. Some of us want to do the work of another person as realtor. You must know the value you bring into the marketplace. As a realtor, what value do you bring? Some people say, my work is to show them land and houses. No. Your work is not to show them land and houses. They can easily access land and houses. Real estate companies can run advert and the client will see the land and houses, right? So now in a real estate transaction, right, you are for the buyer more, especially if you are marketing a real estate product. You are for the buyer, okay? So you must protect the interest of the buyer. Are we together? So these are some things, so what are you bringing to the marketplace? So you need to state that. Now, marketing. Marketing. After you've created the value, you need to market the product or the services, the value you have created. Now, if you don't know the value you are creating, you won't know how to market the value. If you don't know the value you are creating, there is no way you can market that value effectively. The question is, yes, you are there to show your knowledge, but the question is, why are people buying land or houses? Why do people buy land and houses? The common thing I hear is to build wealth, right? Financial freedom. That's the only two things. Or sack your landlord, right? Now, I can only sack my landlord once. The reason why some of you don't get repeated sales is because you told them to sack their landlord. Yes, they've bought one land. That is enough to sack landlord. Or how many times do you want me to sack my landlord? I have bought one house. That is enough for me to sack my landlord, right? So which means I don't need to buy again. So the perception from which you market a product will determine whether they will come back again. Just like you need to market, when you want to, I will recommend a book for you guys to read. When you want to sell, right? market like a medical doctor. Market like a medical doctor. What do I mean by market like a medical doctor? This is when you go to the hospital. Does your doctor just see you and say, as I look at you, the way you are looking, you need Panadol? Eh? Or I think you need Fensic? Or you need paracetamol? Or I think after looking at you, the way I see you, you need operation. Is that how your doctor operates? How does the doctor operate? Sorry? Consultation. And in the consultation process, they ask you questions. Okay? What he's trying to know is that he wants to hear from you. He will ask you some certain question. All right? Consistently ask you questions. And from there, that will give him an idea. And even after asking you the question, he's not going to tell you to, oh yeah, lie down, let us operate you. He will still carry tests, right? He will recommend some tests for you to carry out. That is the next stage. So, it is after all of those processes, he's going to prescribe. As a realtor, you are supposed to be prescribing. You prescribe. Now, some of you always say, you sell financial freedom, right? That's what some of you say. You sell financial freedom. Now, I am not yet, the first thing you even need to know, what is your definition of financial freedom? Because what is your financial freedom number? How many of you even have financial freedom number? What level of money will you get for you to say, I am now financially free? Okay? How wealthy do you want to become? What would be your net worth? When I mean your financial freedom number, at what is your target? Okay, at when I want to retire, I should be worth $1 billion, right? That number is your financial freedom number. So before you sell, right, you are supposed to, if you are selling real estate from the angle of financial freedom, you are supposed to ask the client, what is his or her financial freedom number? Most clients will not be able to answer that question. Now you are to explain. Are we together? I'm walking you through a process. Then the next thing, you are supposed to explain what you mean by financial freedom number. And after you've explained, you guys would laugh, because that explanation always brings a form of laughter. It helps you to connect with the clients. It water down the tension of trying to buy or sell. So after the person you have now agreed on financial freedom, or maybe the client might tell you that, I have not even thought of that before. I don't know something like that exists. Now, let's say at the end you recommend $100 billion, right, to the client. Or the client tell you, my financial freedom number is $100 billion. Okay? Now, the next question is, what is the distance between where the client is now and where the client is going to? I am trying to worth $100 billion. My target is to become to worth $100 billion, $100 billion. That is my target. Now, but I am not yet there, so you need to know where I am. Okay? So the next thing is the current state of the client you need to know. When you know the current state of the client, then that will give you an idea, the number of products, the type of products the customer needs to be buying every year or every month until he will be able to, let's say, based on, let's say currently is what's, let's assume is what, let's say, $30 billion. Let's just assume at this point he worth $30 billion, whereas he's trying to get to $100 billion, which means he needs 70 billion more to get to his destination. So the question is, what are the type of properties he needs to be investing on every month or every year? how number of property he needs to invest. What is the number of properties that should be in his portfolio that will make him worth $100 billion in 10 years' time? What should be the type of properties he should buy consistently, so you will be able to say, okay, based on your current state and based on where you are going to, if you keep buying properties of this amount every year, by this time, this is what you'll be worth. So that type of customer, don't buy one, because you already have a life plan for them, so they always come back. In business, anything that is, I think when I was having the strategy section with some of you, I mentioned this, duplicatable, that you cannot duplicate, you don't celebrate. Anything you cannot repeat, you don't celebrate. Until you will say, I have arrived. Right? You do this thing today, it worked. You do it tomorrow, it worked. Someone else do it, it works. Then you can start celebrating that thing in your business. So if you gain one customer, another thing is, I have a different, there's what we call customers. There's what we call buyer. They are not the same thing. What most of you call customers is a buyer. Most of you don't even, okay, let me ask you something. Okay, let me speak to you, Mr. Anthony, right? Yeah. How many customers do you, how long have you been in the real estate business?
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years. How many customers do you have in general?
In general, just
one. Okay. Who has up to 5? 5 customers? Hello? Okay, you have 5. Now, you have 5 customers. How many of them have bought more than once? All 5 has bought more than once. Yes, you can say you have 5 customers. Anybody that buys only once is a buyer, not a customer. Are we together? Anybody that purchases once. Because businesses, this is how businesses work. You plan at the beginning of the year, businesses will sit down. Since something is strategy I do for some of my clients, we see, okay, how many customers do we have now? So when I'm launching a new product, I'll look at based on the number of customers we have currently, and based on what we know about them, at least 30% of this product is going to be purchased by the customers. So we start looking for new people that will buy the remaining 70%. Sometimes we also say, okay, out of this 30%, we need about 15% referral or 20% referrals. So which means in total, customers that will be purchased or sales that will be coming from our existing team, our existing customers will be 30 plus 15, which is 45, right? So that is what we do in strategy section. So, but most time we see people launch products and they start looking for customers. You don't create a product before looking for customers. You have customers, then look for a product that will meet the need of the customers. That is why it is said that business, the work of a business person is innovation, right? Innovation and marketing. You either look for customers and create a product that they need, or you create a product and you look for how to make them. So this is what I mean. What is happening? Where is Faith and why she has? You have 2 options as a business person. You have 2 options as a business person. Create what people are already looking for, right? Look for what people need and create that thing. Or you create something and look for ways to get them to like that thing. Do you get the concept? So you have 2 options as a business person. You either create what people already want, or you create something and look for how to make them want that thing. Those are the two options you have as a business person. So which is the one you are doing? Sometimes, I think February edition of the boot camp, I remember we had a guy here who, I will ask him question. He had say he has not been making sale. He has an uncle who has money, or he has people who have money but they are not buying. So ask him, okay. He brought out the phone number of one person. I told him to call the person while we were here. He picked up. I asked him, call the person and ask him, sir, do you know? He's his uncle, a family relative. And according to him, the man has money to buy. Now, he asked him, after sharing pleasantry, he asked him, sir, do you know I'm into real estate? He said, yes. I know now. So why have you not patronized me? He said, you are only selling million naira products. And switch me, and I told him, ask him, what? He said, most of the time when I see your post, 200 million, 100 million, that's the kind of property you sell. You don't sell things of our class. So the man, so if I have something, what is your budget, or what's your definition of your client? So at least something 30 million, thereabout is okay, but you from 100 million is what I always see you post. And in less than 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, 2 weeks thereabouts, he was able to present something to the uncle who later bought and referred him to people. Now, why am I telling you this story? A lot of you, instead of looking around your existing network to see who in this my network can I sell to, or which product can I advertise that people within my network can buy, you go and look for, because you want to earn big commission, you look for the most expensive one. That's what you'll be pushing and pushing and pushing, and you say, nobody is coming. No. Create something for the people you already have access to. It is easier that way. Create something for the people you have access to. What does the people you have access, what can they buy? That's what business is all about. Create something for the people you have access to. Ways of increasing your revenue. 4 ways, right? Number 1, increase the number of customers. Increase number of customers. Number 2, increase the frequency of purchase. Number 3, increase the volume and the value of the transaction. Number 4, increase. Number 4 is increase the price of the product you are selling. Number 1, increase the number of customers. Number 2, increase the frequency of purchase. Number 3, increase the volume and the value of the transaction. And number 4, increase the price of the products you are selling. This is what 90% of people do, and that is why they struggle. This is what most of you do. I'm looking for new customer. Every year I'm looking for new customer. Every year I'm looking for new customer. Every year. Whereas you have people within that I can buy again. So I'm taking you through this, should I call it pep talk first? Because the way you understand business to be is how you market. When you see some people do their marketing, you can tell that this is how you understand business. Your understanding of business determines the marketing approach you take. So that is why I'm taking you through these routes. So back to, that is from value creation to marketing, then sales. Now let me say this, the end product of marketing is not sales. The end product of marketing is not sales. You don't say because I have markets, I would get people will start buying. Okay? The end product of marketing is not sales. The end product of marketing is lead. When you market, right, people show interest. People become interested in what you are selling or what you are marketing. Now, your work is to be able to close some. After marketing comes sales, and the starting point after marketing is prospecting. After marketing, you start prospecting, which is what you call follow-up, right? You have done marketing, have shown interest, right? So after you've known that I need a product, I have interest to buy land, or I have interest to buy a house, then you start following up to make recommendations, okay? And in today's digital world, you don't call people on phone disturbing their life in the name of follow-up. In today's digital world, you do what we call retargeting. Retargeting is the digital version of prospecting. Okay? So you retarget people. I think I explained something like that in one of the Zoom classes, that for a while now, 2018, I had, I wanted to do an MBA program with Lagos Business School here. I went online, I filled their form, came for, because they do tour. I see something, the brain tries to process whether that thing has been stored somewhere in your brain before. It's so fast, so we don't take note of that something like that is taking place. So the point is that once there is no connection to that information, most of the time it discards it. And that is how people are discarding your advert. Are we together? So, the point I am making is, like I said, the end product of marketing is not sales. The end product of marketing is leads. You are not selling. A lot of you have leads, right? But you don't do sales. You are just expecting that because I have run ad. Like I was talking to someone, one of our clients, recent. He said, Chris, there are several the ads you people run for, we have several diaspora leads. But they've not said anything. They've not said anything. Stay there, maybe they wait, maybe they say something. You lose money when you don't prospect. The onion, the result of marketing is in this set. Are we together? So you need to understand some of this. Then, one of the things, though this is for those who, how you deliver the product is essential. Delivery, especially in the real estate market now, there's so much rumor of companies who are not delivering. Please, pick, for those of you who are realtor, pick the right companies that can deliver to your clients. Because remember, you are for the client. Don't collect commission and disappear, which is what most realtors do. You used to call the customer almost every day. He calls you in the night, you answer. All of a sudden, after he has paid money, you have received commission, you abandon the customer and you start focusing on the next one. And when they call you say, why is this man even disturbing myself? Now, let me explain something as we wrap up this theoretical section before we move to other things. There's what we call customers' buyer's journey, right? Awareness, search for information, evaluation of alternative, purchase decision, and post-purchase evaluation, post-purchase evaluation. Now let's analyze it. This place, this is divided into two. Awareness. This is marketing now. These are the stages of marketing. From here to this point are stages of marketing. For those of you who have your own internet, you know your internet is strong enough. There's no need for you to connect to their own, but there's free internet. If you need, be connected. But if you don't need, just use if you're sure if your internet is strong enough. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Search for awareness. Now, what is awareness? Awareness is divided into two, right? There is what we call awareness about a need or a problem, and awareness about a solution. There are two types of awareness. Awareness about a need or a problem, awareness about the solution. Those are the two types of awareness. The reason why some of you are not also selling is because you only create awareness about the solution, the product. That's the only thing you create awareness about. I don't know that it is now time for me to start buying land in Ogun State because I'm not aware of the development plan between Ogun State and Lagos. Right? I'm not aware. But all of a sudden, I start seeing you run ad of properties in Ogun State. The probability of me wanting to buy is very slim. Right? Because I'm not aware of what is coming to Ogun State. I'm not aware that there's what we call a mega city plan between Ogun State and Lagos. So for that, if you start selling me land, the only thing I will remember is that Ogun State is, some part of it is bush. That's what I will remember because that's the information I have. But if you start, you have product, for those of you maybe having products in Ogun State, you start by creating awareness about what is coming to Ogun State. That's the first awareness you are supposed to create. So when you create awareness about that social thing, it's just like when the Dangote refinery was proposed and all of that. People created, the reason why people bought land in the Dangote refinery area or Ibejuleki houses is because they were aware that Dangote refinery is coming. If they were not aware, nobody go buy Ibejuleki for the price you guys are selling. Okay? But because people created awareness. Now the thing is that the products you are selling, how many of you are aware that one of the best places to also buy land in Lagos is Ikorodu? If you understand the Lagos State Master Plan. But because a lot of people, like I have a client who has properties in that area, most of his property are actually in that area. He has employed different marketers, he has sacked them, he has employed different marketers. I said, why wouldn't you sack them? Because they are creating, you tell them, you employ marketers, and you tell them to go and sell a product that people are not aware of what is happening in that location. So what you should be focusing on, don't even sell the product for now. Just keep doing campaign on the development plan in Ikorodu. Do that for a period of time. People will start asking you questions. So when you do it, you try to connect it to the type of investment that would thrive in that because of the upcoming development. Is that not what people did? Dangote refinery would employ over 70,000 people, and these people will need a house. So it was connected. So the same thing you are supposed to do. So you create awareness about the need or about the problem. When you finish creating that awareness, you now create awareness about the solution, which is the product you are selling. After I have seen this, please pay attention. After I have seen, let's assume you did these two, right? You did them right. But the point is that I am not going to buy immediately because I have seen this and this. I will still go, because of the money involved in real estate investment, I will still go and do my own search. Where do people search? Google. Will I find you on Google? Most of you, the answer is no. Will I find information you have published on Google? The answer is no. Now, someone else would have published something on Google. Let's say, we're talking about it, let's assume it's Ibejuleki, or let's say Ogun State, right? You search for coming development or development in Ogun State. Let's say that's what you searched for. And Google, as usual, will show you different links. Now you click on some of them. When you click on one of the link, you see an article that explains what is happening in Ibejuleki, what is coming to Ogun State very soon. And after reading, at the side of what you are reading, you are seeing another article saying you should buy, like people should start buying land in Ogun State because very soon this will happen. The lands are by the side. Why you should buy land and the land examples of land to buy in Ogun State and all of that. When you do this, right, this person will be able to make sales easily. Because I have searched. You have created awareness. I searched. I also found you. Most of the time, some people create awareness. There's a disconnect between what we call their touch points. These things are referred to as touch points. At the point when I'm searching for, you created awareness, at the point when I'm not searching for information, I don't find you. Now, let's say I even find you, right? After finding you, I will find other people, not just you, obviously. When I go to Google, I'll see multiple people who are doing the same thing you are doing. Now, because of the multiple people I have seen, I'll start evaluating who to buy from. When I'm evaluating people to buy from, do you have will I see information that will make you more credible than your competitors? Or the only thing you have online is flyer everywhere? Now, let me give you a perfect example. Some years ago, I traveled to Delta for my elder brother's wedding. Now, after the wedding ceremony and all of that, I was lodged in a hotel. So, early hours of the morning, or a day before I was supposed to leave, I called my sister because my sister lived there. Please, I need to leave very early. I'm traveling by road. I'm not flying. So please, how do I get transport companies around? I would like to use God is Good. And she said, okay, when you wake up, just get a cab and tell the hotel people to help you get a cab. Go straight to go. But one thing I will advise you is don't carry cash because boys normally harass people. So please don't carry cash so you don't get robbed. It's okay, no problem. So when I stepped, I made sure I didn't really have much cash. So when I made my research also, and I went straight to God is Good Park. On getting there, some of you who you might have used God is Good before, you know one thing that is synonymous with God is Good is too much crowd. So on getting to the park, there was so much crowd. After waiting for some minutes, almost hours, it finally got to my turn. And it got to my turn. The lady said, I can't use my card, that it's only cash. And I wasn't having any cash. It's okay. So what should I do? He said, you go and use ATM now. It's okay. Where can I find ATM? He said, just the waka they go, you go see ATM, just the waka they go. It's okay. Can I drop my bag? She said, no, it's at owner's risk. So I picked my bag, I followed the instruction, I begin the waka they go. On my way going, I came across, while I was looking for ATM, I came across GU, just by the side. And as usual, they will want to call you, are you going? So I said, I'm looking for where to get cash. The guy said, don't worry, just come. Somebody will take you to go to an ATM stand, you'll get cash and come back, right? Now I have the option of choosing between God is Good and GU. So who should I pick? So most of the time, you are selling the same property. Most of you are realtors in Lagos. They are selling the same property, or they are selling the same property. Why should I buy from you and not her? Why should I buy from you and not her? Okay, this is where your uniqueness comes in. What is your value proposition? Why should I work with you and not another realtor? The stage of evaluation. This is where you need your testimonials to be up and online. Evaluation of alternative. Testimonial will speak for you at the point of evaluation of alternative. The knowledge of how you make video to talk about how you educate, your education about the industry will speak for you here as well. Evaluation of alternative. When people want to buy, evaluate. When people want to buy, and each of these stages has platforms they use. You create awareness on social media. You don't look for buyers on social media. You create awareness on social media. When people are ready to buy and they don't know who to buy from, they don't go to social media. They go to Google. Google is the market entry point. And that is why you have top-selling realtors who use Google. People like Twinets, people like, what's her name? Confidence. That's why they use Google, YouTube. Because when people are in the mood to buy, they don't remember social media. The only thing is that there's also a caveat to that. When they go to Google and they find you, and you are not familiar because you have never been creating awareness on social media before, they will be difficult to buy from you. Do you get the connection? So when I see you on Google, doesn't mean automatically I will buy from you. I heard your name before, so I will be a bit skeptical, right? But if I've seen you on social media before, I've seen your ad or I've seen your post, something about you, okay? Your name is not strange. And immediately I find you on social media, my brain will automatically connect. I think I've seen this brand somewhere before, right? And you automatically buy. So by the time we begin to design system, because one of the things we begin to design, what should be connected to what. So if I go to your Google, let's say your YouTube handle, just like, let me give you an example. You go to Jumia website. When you leave Jumia website, you come to Facebook or any social media platform and start seeing their adverts. How many of you have experienced that before? Why? Because, and you are not just going to see any kind of advert. Let's say it is fridge, the page where they sell fridge you went to, or you search for fridge on Jumia. When you go to social media, it is fridge advert from Jumia you would see. Are we together? So that is how it works. So you must know that every digital platform is supposed to be interconnected in your marketing activity. Okay? So I have watched your video. Like I was running an ad for a friend and also a client. We were running an ad. She was just looking at me, why do you need all this plenty? I thought you said it's YouTube ad you want to run. I said, just leave it. Anybody that have watched your video on YouTube before and went to your website, I want them to see your ad on social media. If they are using any free app, I want your advert to pop up. Sometimes you make call, if you have Truecaller on your phone, you make call and you start seeing some certain ads. Are we together? So these are some of the things that is at work. So evaluation of alternative, that is where I check who to buy from, try to choose who among the sellers. Then purchase, that is where I finally make the purchase. But now, there's this part that a lot of businesses don't pay attention to. It is called the post-purchase evaluation. Post-purchase evaluation. Now, there's what's called the post-purchase syndrome, right? What do I mean by post-purchase syndrome? Have you ever bought something? After getting home, you begin to question your sanity. Why did I even buy this thing? How many of you have had that experience before? Right? Now, the reason why some customers, you explain everything on this earth to them when they were buying the land, right? Before they wanted to buy land, you have done all your explanation. You told them it's going to be 6 months or 1 year before they are going to get allocation. Now, they bought the land. In less than 3 months, they're already disturbing you for allocation. What is happening is your fault. It's called the post-purchase evaluation. Now, before they bought, you were the one calling them. Now, after they bought, they are no longer seeing your calls. They look at the account is now dented. Now, paper you give them. They begin, how am I sure I made the right decision? How am I sure these people have not run away with my money? This person that used to call me before, and now they finally even try to call you. You did not pick. This person must be a scam. So it is called the post-purchase syndrome. Everybody feels it, especially when the product you are buying. But how do you prevent your customer from experiencing this process? You need to be with them. When they finish purchasing, you need to send them a message acknowledging that they have made the right decision by investing. This is what you do here. After the purchase, maybe the property was 5 million naira before by some figures. You need another message acknowledging that you made the right decision. That property you bought a few months ago has now appreciated. But you, for where? You keep them at the back seat. So that's how they begin to call you and follow. Okay, when am I getting my allocation? The tone will no longer be friendly. So you need to understand this process. Are we together? All right, questions? Questions? Questions?
We will talk about a recommended book.
Okay. I'll check the name. Somebody's talking about how to sell like a doctor. I'll look for the name. The name is what I'm even. How to sell like a doctor but I'll look for the name of the author. And so, what is business? What is really business? Because of time, let's see what a business is. These are the 5 things that is a business. So the thing you create, the thing you sell, must have some certain level of value that other people want. You create something of value that other people want or need at a price they are willing to pay in a way that satisfies their customers' need and expectations so that the business brings in enough profits to make it worthwhile for the owner to continue operation. Now, if a business is not making profit, it is an NGO. Because any business that does not make profits will likely die. Right? So that is what a business is. So these are one of the things you need to note about a business. So the process, even you as a realtor, carry yourself as a business person. This is the reason why I'm actually taking you guys through this route. Carry yourself as business people. Don't just say, I'm a realtor. Carry yourself as a business person. So that with these concepts, you manage your activities. In case you don't know, there are some realtors that are more rich than some developers. In case you don't know. I know realtors who are richer than some developers. If I have realtors in my list, or even that group where you are, who are making sales of 2-3 billion naira in a year. Let's assume they collect only 10%. Right? 10%. You know what that is? There are some real estate company, the total sales for the year is 200 million. Some it's not even up to that, 200 million. Like I remember sometime this year I was consulting for a client and they were happy. They asked them, what's your sales target for the year? He said, we want to sell 200 million, 250 million. And they were so proud, so even said they want to sell 250 million. How can you have a product? You have 2 estates. One of the estates is selling for 12.5 million. The other is selling for 2 million naira. And at the end of the year, your sales target is 250 million. Uncool. So, that takes me to your first exercise. Everybody on your sheet writes your sales target. You already had a sales target, so we are not starting with preparing sales target. You already had a sales target this year, so write it on your sheet of paper. That should have been the first thing I should have told you to do. So, your sales target for this year. Write it down. Let's do that fast. Just write your sales target down. Your sales target for this year, write it down. If you are done with that, how many % of it have you achieved? Write it down. The percentage you have achieved. Write it down. And now I will also ask, I have a well-planned out method and strategy on how to achieve my sales target when I set that sales target last year, because you are supposed to, it's almost getting to when you are supposed to be setting sales target for 2024. So, but the point I'm making is, when you set that your sales target, it wasn't a guesswork. You had a well thought out plan on how to achieve that sales target. Let me see your hand up. You have a plan. So if I am able to do this, and do this, I'll be able to achieve my sales target. Let me see your hand up. All right, I like that. Sorry, would you mind sharing with us your sales target, just the sales target, the amount?
Okay. I didn't have a sales target till now.
Okay.
I had an idea of what I wanted.
Okay.
But I had a plan that this is how
You want to go about?
to operate, because I've been looking at online. I look at people like Kegan Tech,
Yeah.
and the rest. They, rather than market, they just create awareness of things. They
Yeah.
educate people.
Yeah.
So I decided that at the beginning of this year, rather than for the first 3 months, rather than focus on sales, I was focused on doing my videos like a content creator.
Okay.
You get
That's good.
Talk about why you should buy this land, why
Yeah.
you should buy in Ikorodu, what is happening in so place,
Yeah.
things like that. So after that, the next set of
Content,
things to do
yeah.
is to start promoting
Promote those content.
content. So like this was part of the plan.
Okay.
The whole class, you get to learn how to work and understand how the whole internet thing
Okay.
works. But till now, I've only, if you talk about targets, I've only achieved like 2% of my targets.
Okay. All right, that is fine. Now, who is willing to share? I need a number. Who is willing to share the number with us? Gloria. I need a number. Like I said, there's no fail, there's no pass. I need a number. So we'll use your own as a case study to analyze this. Now, what I need, I just want to give an analysis of how you can easily achieve your sales targets. That's what I want to do. Okay? What's your sales target?
500.
500 million or 500,000.
Before the end of this year.
500
Is it in sales or
in
commission?
in sales. Okay. All right. Now, let's do this. 500 million. What are in your product portfolio, what is the most expensive product you are selling right now?
Houses.
The most expensive, I need number.
Let's say 300.
300 million. 300 M. What is the least expensive? Yep. 2M. So what's the middle point between this and this? I think that should be 150, right?
Yes.
150 M. Now, how many do you need to sell? How many 300 million do you need to sell to achieve this? 2. How many of these do you need to sell to achieve this?
4.
Sorry?
Let's say 4.
4, okay. How many of these do you need to sell to achieve this? 250 units.
Yeah.
250 units. Okay? Now, how many leads? Okay, if I give you, let's assume, how many leads do you generate in a month? You don't have leads. When I say lead, I'm not talking about digital lead alone. Generally, people you are following up. How many leads and new people do you meet every month that you follow up? 5. Out of that 5, how many are you able to close in a month? None. Okay. There's a problem somewhere. Okay. Let me assume if I give you 10 leads, how many can you close in a month?
Maybe
2. Okay, let's work with 2. Okay, so if you need 250 here. 600 leads. Okay. We are not done. Now, let's come to this path. Right? How many of these leads do you have now? This year, you say you generate an average of 5 leads in a month. This is the 7th month of the year. So that is 5 times 7. Right? 5 times 7 is what? So, 45. Okay, 35, sorry. 35. So, this could be, though we are still going to analyze it further, because you need to know where you have the problem. Okay? So, it could be that your lack of sales could be coming from not generating enough leads. Some people are generating, they are not able to close, which means those people have closing problem. Okay? So, that is what we need to analyze. Okay? So, 35. So, for this part, now, let's even say, among the 10, how many of them are you even certain can afford? Are we together? So, let's even come back here. So, if you need 600 leads, right? Now, how many do you need per month? So, this 600 divided by 12 will give you what? 600 divided by 12. Is up 50. So, which means every month you need to generate at least 50 leads. That's what it means. Every month you need 50 leads. For you to be able to meet this number, every month you need 50 leads. So, now, let's now move to this part. What platform can you easily find people who would be able to afford 300 million property? That's the next question. Platforms where you can easily find people who would be able to afford 300 million. Platform they go to by default easily. Where can I find them? Hello? Yeah, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google. Right? Now, but these people are not buying property. Anybody that is buying a product of 300 million is not buying a house or buying a land. He's buying what? He's buying a lifestyle. Luxury is a lifestyle the person is buying. It's no longer land or house. The person is buying lifestyle. The question is, in your marketing, do you market lifestyle or you market products? So that is the reason why maybe you are unable to sell to these people. Because this person is looking for lifestyle, not products. Because this 300 million will buy like 2 duplex in some places in Shongotedo here. So, that person is no longer buying a house. He's buying lifestyle. So when I go to your social media handle, do I see you as someone who can sell me lifestyle? Can I relate with you? Are we together? When we hear the word that rich people always connect, always get richer, is because they connect with themselves. Like mind connects, right? So when I see you on social media, your social media handle, I see you online in general, what do I see? Do I see someone who is just hungry and is selling land and houses and just want to collect commission? Or I see someone I can relate with? Where do they go to by default? Where do they go to by default? These people, where do they go to? You are going to Yalati to eat your lunch. This person is eating lunch in Radisson Blue. Are we together? Please, this is outside the class, but let me say this, please. Realtors or business people here, learn to take yourself out. Yeah, it's not a crime. Most of their staff eat in rather simply. Right? Those are the kind of places you go to. And you might not even eat lunch. Just buy bottled water. You might buy it for 3,000 naira. And any water you buy for 3,000 naira, there's an anointing of wine on top it. So just, and there, please, when you go to places like that, don't open the water and start pouring into your mouth. Here, but it's not able to close them. I'm having leads, but I'm not able to close them. Okay, we'll get there. So, this is how you are supposed to structure your target. This is how you're supposed to structure your target. After fixing the number, you now structure it this way. So you know how to do your marketing. Please, with this pattern, and you'll be able to attract the right people. You focus your marketing this way. Are we together? So take note of that. Okay, let me give you guys 5 minutes. Here you can start selling dream, family, commitment. Okay? So that is what you sell here, commitment. Life goal. That is what you sell. So here you can sell, you are selling the present here, this place, you are selling the present, right? But here you are selling the future. Here you are selling the future. You're telling the person that if you invest now, right, in a few years to come, this is what you will get. Okay? You are selling a promise to this person. It's a promise you are selling. A promise that this property will appreciate tomorrow. That's what you are selling, and that's what this person is buying. So, your content must also be aligned to someone who is buying a dream or a future. Are we together? So, and we say this one is buying goal, fulfillment. I have a goal to own this. I am getting that fulfillment that, wow, so I now own a house of this nature. Just like, how many of you know the Maslow pyramid of need? The Maslow pyramid of need, where we have at the peak of the need, where we, at the peak of the, this thing, at that section, some of those people are no longer looking for products. They are looking for just, what should I call the word now? Let me still call it a lifestyle. That is why Bill Gates can tell you that he's looking for the cure of malaria. Because those people, those kind of people want to look for something beyond the basic. Okay? Those people here fall under the people that are looking for family and relationship. These people here, if you are using the Maslow pyramid of need, family and relationship. Like I lived in a neighborhood with the former place where I was living. My next door neighbor, in the next flat, I don't know why maybe how she grew up. You dare not come inside that compound and leave the gates open. She will insult the life out of you, insult your father, insult everybody in your lineage. Tell you that the reason why you don't know how to close gates is because your father never owned a compound. That is why you don't know how to close gates. She is very security conscious. So you can sell house for her from the angle of security. Okay? So what is important to that person? So these are the things you need to pay attention to. This market is large. But this is few compared to this. This market is larger. So take note of that. I don't know if I've been able to explain that to you. All right, so this. We still have 1 or 2 slides before we move into practical part. I'm so focused on talking about business today. Now, in a business, this is what makes up a business. Which do we think is the three most important thing in a business? Sorry? Which? The team? Okay. Which other one? I need three. Okay, the leadership. Mm-hmm. Sorry? The mission. Any objection? So, some of you who have your own businesses, you are paying too much attention to your product. Please stop. I'm not saying paying attention to the product is bad, but you are paying too much attention to the product. The product is the least important thing in the business. Because the need for a particular product would go one day. Right? So if you are the type that, let's say, which should I use as an example now? You were the type that used to drive pilot people when they want to shoot. When Nigerian Nollywood movie, they want to have a shoot. You have a pilot, so use helicopter, right? Now, the need to use helicopter during a video shoot is no more valid because we have drone. Okay? So, that's why product is at the top level. So, this leadership is number one, the leadership of the business. The mission of the leader. What does the leader want to accomplish in the business environment? And what are the team members he put together? After these three, the next thing is cash flow. How do you want to make money in this business? The problem with most business owners is that they set out with expenses. Most businesses start with expenses. You rent an office, expenses. You buy equipment, expenses. You hire staff, expenses. You register your business, expenses. You know all the expenses you want to run, but you don't know how you tend to make money. How do I get customer? You don't know. You just believe that if I set up all of these things, customer will start coming. Please, it doesn't work that way. Customer don't just start coming. You need to create your revenue generation strategy. In this place, this is where you fall. Communication is into external and internal communication. The external is marketing, and that is where you fall in. We're saying this because at least we have Madam HR here. We have people who are from organizations. Some of you own your own businesses already. The point is, when you see realtors who understand business, how they run their real estate transaction is different from others. So the reason why I'm taking my time to explain some of these things to you, I don't just want you to run ad. I want you to run ad with a difference. It is very easy to run ad, that's the truth. Running of ad is one of the easiest things to do if you understand business. The reason why, to an extent, I can say I am effective in advertisement is because I understand business and marketing. Because I'm going to be showing you something as we proceed. Let's go on. All right. Understanding the act of buying, traffic, and clicks. We are beginning to go gradually to the order of the day. That is model one. Now we've gone into model one. Understanding, anytime you are running ad, what you are buying or what you are paying for is not sales. Have you ever heard you hear digital marketing, you hear online marketing. Have you heard online sales before? Have you heard digital sales before? No, it is not there. Because you are not expected to sell real estate online. You market it online, you don't sell it online. Will somebody pay you online to buy real estate? No. You only hear digital marketing. You market it. You hear online marketing. You market it, but you don't hear sales. Okay? So, what you are paying for, anytime you pay money, like we talked about, everybody should bring their card. Anytime you are paying money, right? Note that what you are paying for in every advert is clicks and traffic. That is what you are paying for. Okay? So, now the question is, that advert you are putting out there, right? The question is, will somebody want to click on that advert? What is on that advert that will make somebody want to click? Because no matter how creative your advert is, until I click, no matter how beautiful your offer is, until I click, I won't see it, right? So I must click. So your first objective, so number one objective in running ad is to first of all get the click. Who are these guys? What is happening? No.